All right, please be about ready, ladies and gentlemen. Mm. Oh, Miss Korea throwing out the first pitch. Welcoming Cheon Sung back to the old lineup for Hanwha. He was added back to the roster yesterday. So, uh, obviously, huge for Hanwha as their offense has been minus the one game against Kia, which everybody wants to talk about. But their Kia starter had an ERA of 9 in August, so it's not like he's was a guy that was suddenly just getting shelled on by Hanwha. So Lee Seung Hyun on the mound for Samsung. He has not pitched well lately, and when I say not pitched well lately, I mean awful. Awful in his last month or so. He did have one good start in there, but for the most part, he has not been good. He was not good in his last start against Hanwha. Uh, Wondering if it's going to be more of the same today. So leading things off is going to be Sona Sup. And the first pitch is outside, ball one, and Weeze be underway, ladies and gentlemen. So he does have some issues against Hanwha on the season. In the 3 games, he's 0-1 with a 5.73 ERA. So that is in there for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1 to Sona Sup. Sona Sup hitting 292 on the season, but he's hitting worse this year when he's been with Hanwha. He came to Hanwha with a batting average of 300. And we have already got pitch-com issues, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 2 pitches, and we have pitch-com issues. And now suddenly it's okay. Kang Min-ho back behind the plates for Samsung. The thing with Lee Seung-hyun is lefties are absolutely destroying him, which is crazy because he is a lefty. And nope, we do not have a pitch com. So they'll change out the pitch com. We got 2 pitches before we had to change the pitch com here. So Lee Seung-hyun, left-hander, doesn't throw hard. So the thing with him is lefties hits extremely well against him. And when I say extremely well, they're hitting 369 against him on the season. He's given up 9 home runs on the season. 8 of them have been with the lefties. Oh, Sona Sup fouls that one away, and it's a 1-2 now. The righty's hitting 229 and only 1 home run against him. So a little odd, and it actually goes both pitchers on the mound have splits that I find very, very strange, as that almost hits Sona Sup, rolls out of the way, and it's 2-2. Oh, Hanwha, I believe they said Liberato will be back tomorrow for Hanwha, so they'll get the rest of their offense back. As that 2-2 pitch misses outside, runs the count full, 3-2. It did take us a whole batter to get to our first full count of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Expect some walks today from Lee Seung-hyun. He's got 46 of them in just 96 innings. That's going to be a swing and a miss, and that's something that you're not going to see a lot of from him today, as the Sona Sup goes down swinging as he steps into the buckets. And it's 1 away. Trying to step on first while still swinging the bats. That brings up the shortstop. He does not hit lefties well, but slaps that one foul, and it's 0-1. So on the season, the shortstop does not hit lefties well, hitting 179 against lefties on the season. But he's in the 2 spot because Hanwha's manager, is Hanwha's manager, as he fouls that one into Kang Min-ho's hand as the pitch was down below the zone, but it's 0-2. He is 3 for 5 in his career against Lee Seung-hyun, though. So maybe he sees something. I don't think it's too bad. I think if sweet umpire cam there. I think that if it was at 6 o'clock, that there'd be a couple games that would get rained out. All right, here we go. The 0-2 pitch sets up on the outside as usual, and that misses outside. I wish they would, with this very specific, I'm going to have to turn this down because I think I'm clipping. See if that's a little bit better. I think, yeah. All right, and the 1-2, that's going to be roped into right field, and that is going to be a one out, a single, and the no hitter and perfect game is over. Yeah, I went for a walk today because it's supposed to rain tonight and all into tomorrow morning. So I went for a walk instead of waiting for afterwards. And I was gonna walk longer, and then I was like, oh man, it's a 5 o'clock game. I hate how it's always changing. It's a Moon Hyun Bin that lifts that one to center field. Kim Ji Chan back at the warning track grabs it, and that's 2 away. That was the spot in the lineup that I was really wondering about. So against Lee Seung-hyun, the number 2 spot in the lineup hits 347. The number 3 spot in the lineup hits 354. After that, it rolls down a little bit until you get to the Lee Do-yoon spot in the lineup that hits a 378 against the left-hander. No, 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 no. I was definitely not doing any marathons this year. I'm just trying to not pop out of my uniforms. As a throw over to first, he's easily back there. I tried to sign up earlier this year. I tried to sign up for the Seoul Marathon, but it sold out so quickly. That misses up high, 1-0. Between running and baseball, those are the 2 most popular things right now going on in Korea. So getting to a baseball game or getting into a marathon is nearly impossible. As he sets up on the inside. And that catches the outside, and it's 1-1. Lee Seung-hyun is not a guy that throws particularly hard, only averages 139 with his fastball, his four-seam fastball. Throws it about 35, 36% of the time. Off of that, slider 22% of the time. A hard slider when compared to his fastball at 131. And the 1-1 curveball misses low, and it's 2-1. That curveball, 18% of the time at 117 is what he averages. And then 14.6% of the time he's thrown his changeup. Again, he doesn't throw hard, but he throws 4 different pitches, and that's why he's what I think is a pretty decent starter. He's not having a good season, but I think he's a decent starter as that misses inside, and it's a 3-1. I talked about it in, I believe, my last stream where the pitchers you see the pitchers that do pitch really well. It's the guys that are either throwing 150 plus or that they have 4 pitches. As the 3-1 misses, and that's going to walk him. Moves the shortstop over to second base, and No Shiwan will head to first base for the Capitan, getting his first at bat since coming back from a foot injury. Oh, a single, a fly out, and a walk has got runners on first and seconds. And if you are watching the game, you'll see that the Hanwha fans, third base side. Again, Samsung and Kia both have the home dugouts over on the first base side. The third base side is for the away fans. If you're kind of looking at the screen, my screen where you see the stadium behind me, that's whenever I was sitting in the first base side. And the first pitch in there for a strike. Hold on. toe issue. It looks like he's got a new set of spectacles. Doesn't help him catch up to that one, though, and it's 0-2. Going with the clear frames. Yeah, now they're going to set up way, way outside, 1 foot in the catcher's box. And of course, that's way out there. And Chaeyoung Sung again heads off for first base. I don't know what he does this for. I'm not sure. He's done it multiple times this year. Here comes pitch number 20 for Mi Sung Hyun, though, running into a high pitch count. I expect him to only probably pitch, I want to say, maybe 3 innings. Have to worry about tomorrow, but I don't think they're going to play tomorrow, honestly. As the 1-2 pitch, curveball in the dirt, and that gets him. Second strikeout of the day for Lee Sung Hyun. And we'll go to the bottom of the first. It's zeros. Leaving a 2 on early. 20 pitches. That brings up a Moon Dong-ju, the Daejeon Prince himself. Maybe they're Daejeon King. I think Daejeon Prince is what they call him. I'm not sure. So. No, bottom of the lineup we'll have, or bottom of the inning, obviously the top of the lineup for Samsung. Yeah, it was getting a little rain. I know the SSG game got rained out already, and the other game in Seoul is not started yet. I think it's also going to get rained out. That was one of the games I was thinking. I couldn't decide if I wanted to do this game today or tomorrow, and I was going to do the LG Doosan game because LG has a chance to clinch a playoff spot today, and then but tomorrow I'll do the LG and SSG game. But yeah, I imagine that LG Doosan game is actually going to get rained out. But Kim Ji-chan leads things off for the old Samsung Leonese. Samsung is a completely different team at home. A very, very, very different team at home. It'll be talked about. I'm sure they'll talk about it a couple times today. I imagine there's going to be a handful of home runs. Moon Dong-ju this year has kept the ball down. He started throwing a splitter slash fork ball. And here comes the first pitch from him, way, way up high, ball 1. They skipped his start in the rotation so that Ponce could pitch at home. Because he pitched at home, he was able to get his little KBO record for strikeouts, and they could use their little whatever you call it, their picture, their image. As the 1-1 is in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Kim Ji-chan hitting a 286. It'll start after that. So the 30th of September is the last day of the season. But there's been a bunch of rainouts already that they're gonna have to put in there somewhere. So I know SSG's had 2 games rained out. I think Kia's already had 3 rained outs, and Kia has played the least amount of games in terms of the league. That is a strike right down the middle, and that's 1 away. Talked about it a little bit earlier with Lee Sung Hyun. Moon Dong-ju has better is better against righties than lefties. Partially. Lefties hitting a 230 against them versus righties only hitting a 218. That's up high, 1-1. Kim Sung-yoon DH in today, hitting 324 on the season. Is a someone who might get some talk abouts in the Golden Glove for the KBO as that misses outside, and 2-1. Golden Glove for KT or for KBO is not what you think about in the MLB. The Golden Glove is more like the Silver Slugger. Yeah, the 2-1 pitch, a swing and a misses. That's a 154 up in the zone, and Kim Sung-yoon asked the umpire, "Was that a strike?" And he's like, "Yeah." He said, "Man, how am I supposed to hit 154 at the dead top of the zone?" All right, here comes the 2-2. And that fouled away, 156 on that one. He is way behind on his fastball. Moon Dong-ju, one of the hardest throwers. Again, Hanwha has, I don't know for sure, but I would be willing to say that they've probably got the hardest throwing pitching staff in the league. As the 2-2, did he go around? And they said he did. And another strikeout for Moon Dong-ju. That's huge for him as he tends to struggle in the first inning. Usually the last week of August, but it's still still not cooling off. So many records set in the last 2 years for heat as Gu Jiahook looks at the ball one way outside, 1-0. Multi-home run against Kium last night. And that's fouled away. 1-2. Again, they like to do these little replays, but they forget that most of us want to watch the game. Second half animal. 80 points higher this year. almost 100 points higher last year. 60 points higher 3 years ago, as he calls time. Man, that is not what I want to hear, Steve, is the 1-2 in the dirts. And a swing and a miss, a strikeout. That, ladies and gentlemen, will end the first inning. We'll go to the second. It's a 0-0. One, two, three on 3 Ks. Perfect start for old Moon Dong-ju. Yeah, it looks like I do know it's supposed to at least cool down a little bit. So the highs only in upper 20s to lower 30s instead of highs in the mid 30s. That's the brutal part. But at least it is it's nicer at night. Man, Armando, it's a tough one. Moon Dong-ju pitches really well on the road and against Samsung on the season. But when you look at the other numbers, it's not that great. His batting average against Samsung is actually higher than his regular season, and his whip is higher against Samsung, even though he's 2-0 in his 2 starts. Samsung is an absolutely different animal at home. So, yeah, I mean, with Samsung winning comfortably yesterday, they didn't exhaust their bullpen. So I think it could go either way. All right, so we're back, leading things off for Hanwha. Be their number 6 hitter, Eugene Young. 281 on the season for the right-hander. And the first pitch is fouled away. 0-1. 281 on the season. Looking for one more home run to give him a double digits in the home run department on the season. It's been up, down, down, up, and that one almost hits him in the foot, and it's 1-1. No. And fouls that one away. I barely even got a piece of that. It was so far outside, and he was so late on it. But 1-2 now. So Che Unsung back today for Hanwha. Che Jae-hoon also back in the lineup. And that is lifted up to right field, and that drops down behind Diaz. Eugene Young has speed, but he'll hang out over at first base, and he is on base with a leadoff single. Yeah, 22 pitches now sitting at the 24. Lee Seung-hyun, I don't expect Katie. I don't expect him to go more than 3 innings. I expect him to go maybe twice through the lineup. I don't expect him to go the 3rd time through the lineup. He hasn't lately, so it's a real toss up, man. I really don't know. As Ito Yoon pulls the bat back because it's up high and it's 1-0. Ito Yoon has been playing well since getting to actually play regularly. 256 now on the season. Yeah, he got injured as that misses up high. 2-0. He got injured and he came back and he had like 1 or 2 good starts and then was just awful. And then he had like 1 really good start in the middle of that. Yeah, and here comes the 2-0 pitch. Rolled over right back to the pitcher, throws to the shortstop, and it goes into center field. Eugene Young rounds the seconds and heads over to third base, and that, ladies and gentlemen, will be an error. So instead of 2 outs, nobody on base, it's now 1st and 3rd with nobody out, and Che Jae-hoon coming up to the plate. Short-armed it to the shortstop, who misses it. Should have easily had that, though. That, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a rough one. Che Jae-hoon, again, just coming back. He has not been hitting well, ladies and gentlemen, as that misses up high, 1-0. He's been hitting close to the Mendoza line. I believe a little bit below the Mendoza line last month. Then went out with a knee injury. Who do they give? Yeah, they give the shortstop with the air. I thought they might give it to the pitcher. But here comes the 1-0 pitch. Just misses inside. 2-0. One thing Samsung does have is Che Hoon is a guy that grounds into a lot of double plays. He's not a guy that's going to hit the ball too far and too hard. Doesn't strike out entirely too much, but he is a guy that will strike out. That is a popped foul. Ito Yoon was on the run, and now it's 2-2. All right, 2-1. My bad. 30 pitches now for Lee Seung-hyun. 20 in the first inning, 10 already here. Should be almost out of this inning. But the shortstop took his eye off the ball, wasn't able to make the catch. Shadows all the way creeped in, just part of the outfield left into the sun as the 2-1 pitch way up high, 3-1. He watched No Shiwan the last inning. He's got himself behind 3-1 with the runners on the corners and nobody out as Hanwha looking to strike early. Yeah, another 3-1 misses up high and he walks the bases loaded. That brings up the ever dangerous Iwan Suk, ladies and gentlemen. Hitting a robust 190 on this season. But with the bases loaded, he's hitting at 667. I'll have a little mound visit here, including a home run. 2 home runs on the season. One of them came with the bases loaded. $190 to $667. Shortstop already making the throw to first without the ball in his glove. And here comes the first pitch. A curveball in there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Iwan Suk is a big strikeouts guy. Oh, yes, 4 home runs on the season. 2 of them with nobody on, 2 of them with people on. As the 0-1 is fouled into his foot, and it's 0-2. It does strike out quite a bit, ladies and gentlemen. 44 strikeouts on the season, 33 hits. Normally, he's just a pinch runner, then takes over on defense. But with the Liberato injury, he's taken over in center field and been playing, well, he's been on the team. As Kang Min Ho sets up in the other batter's box, he fouls that one off. Gives the Hanwha fans that came to watch a souvenir. And here we go. The 0-2 pitch once again. It sets up way outside. 1 foot in the catcher's box, 1 out. And that misses outside as well. He set up way outside. It's almost like the catchers don't realize that if they set up halfway outside, the hitter can see your movement. They can hear you shuffling way out there. As the 1-2 pitch just sets up on the outside corner. And that's going to be a single over the shortstop. 1 run is going to come in. Kim Ji-chan will come up throwing, and it rolls through, but the bases stay loaded. And Iwan Suk comes through with an RBI single, and Hanwha takes the early lead. 1-0. Flips the lineup back over to Sona Sup. But again, they still have nobody out. Yeah, hitting 750 now. I know who I'm pulling off the bench anytime the bases are loaded. Man, Sona Sup looks at ball 1 way, way, way up high. 1-0. Sonos up, struck out in the first inning. 0 for 1 on the day. And the 1-0 pitch is fouled away, 1-1. Sonos up in his career with the bases loaded, a .319 with 2 homers. This season hitting a .308 as Yang Chang Sol warming up in the Samsung bullpen already. Again, I thought he would go 2 times through the lineup, as that one is going to be another single. That's going to be in the gap. Going to score at least 2 as it rolls through the wall. Ito Yoon is home, and then Che Jae-hoon cruises on home. Sonos up. Knocks in 2 with an RBI double, or 2 RBI double, and Hanwha up early 3. To nothing. Just in time, Kiwi. Just in time to probably see a pitching change. He hasn't been here yet. Maybe he's at the game and that's why they're losing. And that's going to be a rope into right field. That's going to score at least 1 more. Iwan Suk comes on home. And now it's a 4-0. I have to think that you got to come and get your guy. Again, like I said, lefties absolutely crush him. Lefties hitting a .269 coming into the game, and they are just increasing that. Big, massive error on the shortstop. E.J. Hyun unloaded the floodgates for Hanwha as Moon Hyun Bin looks at ball 1 way up high. Talked about a little earlier, Moon Hyun Bin sitting in that spot's hitting a 354 is the 3rd batter in the lineup against Lee Sung Hyun. As here comes the 1-0 pitch up high, 2-0. Maybe his last batter is the guy warming up is a righty. We'll have No Shiwan, Cheon Sung, Lee Jin Young, all right-handers coming up next. Samsung fans behind home plates not looking happy as that one misses up high, and it's 3-0. And the 3-0 rolls over it. Diaz grabs it, throws it to shortstop, comes back to first in time. 1 run is Sonos up did not score on that. Oh my lord. Hello, Hans. Sonos up did not score on that, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Ground into double play with a runner on 3rd, and he doesn't score. Wow. That is massive, ladies and gentlemen. And No Shiwan looks at a ball in the dirt. It's 1-0. Definitely. Diaz looked him back. Is hit hard enough to him, looked him back, so that got him to freeze and head back. 안녕하세요, Hans. As the 1-0 up high, 2-0. No Shiwan already walked once just last inning. as Hanwha is almost batted around this inning, led off with the number 6 batter, Eugene Young, who singled and came around to score. Here we got the number 4 hitter and the 2-0 pitch. A curveball just misses outside, and it's 3-0. Left field. They need to change spots. They've got to change spots. Somebody's got to coordinate that group of 3 ladies a little bit better. Yeah, so the 3-0 up high, ball 4. And that brings up a Che Sung. 49 pitches now for Lee Seung-hyun. The kids have got the phones out. And out comes the old coach. Doesn't have the ball with him, though. That'll be it for him. We'll have our first pitching change, ladies and gentlemen. Because he was going to try to pipe it down the middle. 아니요. 그 남자는 루키시. 근데 요즘 루키시 다른 도시에 살아요. 아마 나중에 루키시 중계 방송 와요. All right, so we've got ourselves our first pitching change. 네, 우리 같이 항상 야구장 갔어요. 근데 저는 옛날에 아마 2015년 대성대학교에 면접했어요. 그런데 팀 선생님 고용했어요. All right, Yang Chang-sup out on the mound now. 아니요. 잘 못해요. All right, so we're back. One of my windows closed up, so I'm gonna have to give me just a second, and I'll get it back up so I can change it. And the first pitch is fouled away. All right. All right, here comes the 0-1 pitch to Che Sung. He's the only batter who hasn't hit yet today, or hit in this inning. Fouls that one away, and it's 0-2. I know you guys are like, what is he saying? What is that guy saying? 노시원 아니 노시원 1루에 있어요. 근데 대전에 있어요? All right, it's a Cheon Sung 0-2 pounce, and that's fouled back, and it stays 0-2. 아, 네. 저도요. 네. 고향 친구. All righty, here we go. The 0-2 pitch sets up on the outside, and he freezes him. That's turned out bad for Hanwha. Not nearly as what they should have gotten out of that, and we will go to the bottom of the second. 4-0 Hanwha. 네, 네. 네, 저는 야구장의 근처에 살아요. 아마 1km 이하 살아요. All right, it's a big inning there for Hanwha. Gets 4 across. Probably should have gotten a couple more. Let's see. Jim, you gotta start calling your Disney folks. Call your all your Disney folks. 네. 그런데 디az 소나섭에 봤어요. 그래서 소나섭 3루 돌아갔어요. So, Jim, you got to call your Disney folks. Tell ESPN to start streaming the KBO again and get me in the booth. As apparently there was a ball to Diaz, completely missed because they didn't bother to bring us back in time. So Diaz leads things off for Samsung. Looks at just strike one just on the inside corner. And it's 1-1. And that is going to be trouble. And that is goodbye baseball. Diaz gets Samsung a run back on the solo shots. That is not a home run in any other stadium, and this is part of the reason why Samsung plays so much better away, or so much better at home. He's swinging at a 3-0. He's thinking that he's going to throw it right down the middle. There you go, Jim. Send the letter, man. Especially if the MLB is going to strike in 2027. As Kang Min Ho looks at a curveball in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And that's going to be a ground ball. Ito Yoon to his right, grabs it, throws, and that's 1 away. I did notice that Hanwha is no longer wearing their summer uniforms. 120 meters, I don't think so. That barely got over the wall. Again, Samsung is the home runniest place in the league. All right, stepping in now is Kim Young-un. Now that it's happened, that, ladies and gentlemen, is that's going to be a ground ball. Yi Do-yoon throws over to first, and a second quick 4-3 ground outs. That, ladies and gentlemen, was the first home run to a left-handed hitter that Moon Dong-ju has given up all season. Coming into this game, lefties, and this is what I was talking about, where kind of an opposite split. Lefties were hitting a 230 against them, righties hitting 218, but lefties 0 home runs, righties 5 home runs. So he's only given up 5 home runs on the season, which is a much needed improvement for him. But that was the first left-handed home run on the season that Moon Dong-ju has given up. That's misses outside, 1-1. Yeah, so Jim, the reason why it looks the walls are so short is the left field and center field is okay. As the 1-1 is throws his bat at the Hanwha dugouts or the Hanwha on deck circle. So Jim, normally you have your walls kind of curve like this. In the KBO, it's not a lot of curving, it's a lot of straighter angles. So left field and right field corners are 100 meters, which is normal for a left field or right field wall. So, but center field is, again, it's far, 124 or something like that. But normally the center field wall will go out to here and then it'll curve around. But that is a swing and a miss in the dirts, and 4 strikeout of the day for Moon Dong-ju. I'll continue explaining this as we go to the third inning. It's 4-1 Hanwha. No, the leadoff home run and nothing else after that. As Moon Dong-ju is sitting quite comfortably with 10 pitches that inning, 24 total. So normally, so you have your 100 meters or whatever, and then, it curves around a nice little arc. But this stadium, what it does is it has its 100 meters to the corners, and then it has its regular center field here. But the center field wall goes here, and then it goes straight to the corners. So the left center and right center is super short. So instead of, normally you have right field and left field are right at the corners is the shortest spot of, from home plate. But with their stadium, left center and right center is actually the smallest parts of the stadium. So that's why there's so many home runs in that stadium, and that's why Diaz is leading the league in home runs. And it's not particularly close. And the thing with Diaz is his home and away splits. 29 home runs at home now, and 15 home runs on the road. But he's played 5 more games on the road. So the difference, a slugging of 1.153 at home and a slugging of 294 on the road. Right, it's not curved at all. All right, leading things off for the second straight inning is Lee Jin-young, as that's fouled straight back. Lee Jin-young got the hit parade started last inning as he singled and came around to score. Should have been thrown out at second on the double play, but without the double play, they were able to put up 4. That misses way up high, 1-1 now. A massive difference in this game. That double play not ends the inning, but completely changes everything. Versus a 1-0 Samsung lead. Instead, it's a 4-1 Hanwha lead. Yeah, so the 1-1 misses up high. 2-1. So this is where Hanwha is going to have some issues. Ejin Young against lefties hits a 291, against righties a 277, as that one is lifted up. Right fielder giving chase and makes the catch in foul territory. One away. Yeah, there is some place that you can actually see the difference of all of the stadiums, Jim. I'm not. I know it's online somewhere. You can see them, and they have somewhere they like overlays it. Uh, so Incheon has the shortest walls, as that is in there for a strike. The Ito Yoon. Ito Yoon grounded into an E6 in his first at bats. Came around to score though. Yeah, so SSG Incheon Park, Moonhawk, or SSG Landers Field, or whatever it's called now, has the shortest corners at 95 and the shortest fences. As the 1-1 is into the dirt. Like you can see, like if you're looking at the screen, like you can see behind it. No Arpo today, Stefan. All righty, the 2-1 to pitch. Welcome, by the way. And that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop grabs it, throws across his body, not in time, and he'll be on base with an infield single. Ito Yoon showing off the little, the Kamja legs, the potato legs. I'm sure Arpo would have had very nice words to say about the error that led to 4 runs for Samsung. All right, so runner on first is Ito Yoon, and that brings up Che Hoon. Che Hoon walked and scored a run and looks at strike one at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Show the glove, watch it in, across the body, just a little fast. As here comes, whoa, way outside, 1-1. Che Hoon, 277 on this season. Again, walked, scored a run in his last at-bats. Another 1-1 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman grabs it to throw in time. And the double play is the piano can't get unhooked. The 4-6-3 air double play ends the inning as Che Jae-hoon hits it to the second baseman. The second baseman, Yu Ji-hyuk, falls down fielding it, picks it up, drops it, throws it to seconds to get the lead runner. Lee Jae-hyun throws to first to get the double play. Most players in the league would have beat that out, but instead, we go to the bottom of the third. 4-1 Hanwha. Rough for Che Jae-hoon. He is just not fast. Just not speedy at all. Oh, elsewhere around the league, they finally called the LG Doosan game. So NC's up a 3-1 against Kia. Jim enjoying himself today. Hanwha's up 4-1 against Samsung. NC's up 3-1 against Kia. KBO with 1 hit. It's a home run by Chae Young-woo. You want to talk about similarities? Hanwha has given up 1 hit. That was a home run to the number 4 hitter, the left-handed just swinging Diaz. NC has given up 1 run. That was a home run to the number 4 hitter, the left-handed swinging Chae Young-woo. All right, we've got the bottom of the inning here. First pitch is up high, ball 1 to E.J. Hyun. And ground ball, shortstop grabs it, throws across the diamond, 1 away. Brings up the number 9 hitter, one of my spectacled buddies. Off the glove, off of his foot, drops it again. Super toss, gets him. Yuji Huck with a huge eyes as that's in there for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. 184 on the season for Yoon Jung Bin. And that is sliced to left field, but Moon Hyun Bin in front, and that's 2 away. 2 quick outs. Moon Dong-ju, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That flips the lineup back up to the top. Kim Ji-chan struck out looking in his first at-bat. Moon Dong-ju struck out 3 in the first inning. 1 last inning to end that inning. And that just misses inside, and it's 1-0. And 1-0 misses up high, 2-0. And that is going to be lifted. Right fielder going back, throws up the glove. It's off of the wall. Kim Ji-chan has plenty of speed, and he will cruise in with a stand-up 2 outs double. And the second hit of the day for Samsung. That's why it's so loud. There we go. Sorry if all my stuff was being too loud today. When my computer updates, it changes all my settings, and sometimes I forget to change them back. But I think we should be good to go now. All right, so Kim Sung-yoon steps in. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat, 0 for 1. And the first pitch is fouled away. When Willie gets far enough out of play, it's a Will. Souvenir for the fans, and it's 0-1. Here we go. The 0-1 pitch just sets up on the outside. How's it going, Nathan? Welcome back, then. That's in the dirt. It's 1-1. Oops, wrong side. Not too shabby. And just getting ready for some lovely fall baseball. Samsung fans are showing their dance moves. We got a group of kids today in the audience. They're the crowd, not an audience, as that misses up high, 2-1. 34 pitches. He threw 4 pitches to get the first 2 outs, and since then he's thrown 6 to give up a double. On fan smashed in there with the rest of the Samsung fans. Says here comes the 2-1 pitch, sets up on the inside, and fouled away, 2-2. Nathan, how are you enjoying all the Lee Jung-hoo coverage? Or for you, I guess, the Jung-hoo Lee? As the 2-2 pitch, runner on second with 2 outs, and that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, underhand toss, and 3 away. We'll go to the 4th inning. It's 4-1 Hanwha. Finally get themselves a base runner, the first technical base runner. Yeah, I mean, I really think that if MLB fans experienced like Asian baseball or even Mexican baseball, you think about the Mexican leagues, if they experienced what it was like at a game in Japan or Taiwan or Korea, like it would completely change how they feel about the whole purity of baseball. The purist would sit at home and complain, say that they don't go to the game because it's too loud, and then people would comment like, "Oh well, it's more fun now anyway." Hanwha is going to have their 9-1 2-hitters coming up as they'll flip the lineup back around, sitting comfortably, I imagine. Yeah, Yang Chang Sop still out there for them, I believe. Nothing has been announced. We'll come back because it seems that they keep coming back late. All right, here we go. He pulls the bunt back, and it's foul or ball, 1-0. Iwan Soccer 194 on the season. He came through with a bases loaded RBI single to knock in the first run into the second inning, as that's going to be a ground ball through the right side, and he's got himself another hit. He's on base for the second time today as he has a fight with Mr. Mendoza trying to climb out from below him. A leadoff single by Iwan Sok. They have had base runners every inning. Single by the shortstop in the first inning on a walk, and then the big second inning, and then last inning the single by the number 2 hitter, and that's an inning also, Ito Yoon, but was erased on the double play. So Sonos up 1 for 2 on the day. Looks at just strike 1 at the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. Struck out in his first at bat, then a 2 RBI double in the big second inning. I don't think so. I don't. Yeah, I don't really think so. Is the 0-1? In my experience, Korean fans aren't. They're not as knowledgeable in the analytics and that type of stuff. As the 0-1 is chopped up the middle, steps on the bag, throws to first, and that's Another double play on the 6-3 double play. Erases the base runner. And 2 away. Like they don't think about none of them that I ever talk to think about or talk about like lefty righty splits. They don't talk about home and away. Uh and I think a big part of that is because in the broadcast, like as I'm so I listen to the Korean broadcast, they never talk about anything like that. They never talk about the intricacies of the game, the like, oh, this, you know, every once in a while a stat will come up like, oh, well, this person is this stats as that is right back at the pitcher, hits him hard, bounces to the second baseman who throws him out. That hit him. He's grabbing his chest as he's walking off. But he is walking off without any too many issues, except maybe a little grimace. He's saying it hit him right here below the shoulder or below the old collarbone. So should be okay. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 4-1. Well, the 1-4-3 putouts. Yeah, like I if you look on my channel, I did a couple uh like preview shows a few times, and I talk about a lot of the stats, and I talk about it in that, and a lot of uh whenever I was a season ticket holder, the people next to me, I would talk to him about it because he was really into the game, and he'd been a fan for a while. And I would explain how things were going as the game, and then it would happen, and he'd be like, "How would you know that?" And then I'd be like, "Well, because the numbers say this." So yeah, I mean, yeah, they don't. KBO still doesn't do analytics. They like to pretend that they do, but they really don't. I know Hanwha was trying to hire somebody for analytics in the off season, but to get somebody who speaks Korean that understands analytics is, I would say, right there on impossible. Looks like he did turn enough that it was more of a little glance off. All right, so Gujauk leading things off. He struck out in his only at bats and looks at strike one on the inside here. No 1-1. Yeah, another 0-1 pitch in the dirt, so 1-1. Moon Dong-ju has been sitting nice and easy so far today. He did give up the 1 run. That was a leadoff solo shot by Diaz, who's on deck. As here comes the 1-1. This sets up on the inside. Curveball up the middle, and that's going to be a leadoff single for the left fielder. That brings up Diaz. Diaz already 1 home run today. He's hanging the curveball. Rain is starting to come down in Daegu. That misses up high. 1-0. The KBO is well known for not really caring about the fans or the players. They really just care about getting the games in. 1-1 counts now after the foul into foul territory. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Sets up right at the knees, right down the middle, and misses with the curveball. 2-1. Interesting choice to try to pitch Diaz down and in. Look at that. It's one stolen base on this season. 44 home runs, 132 RBIs, trying to become a 150-50 guy. As here comes the 2-1 pitch, just sets up on the inside again. Just catches the bottom of no. Apparently that was not a strike. It caught the bottom of the zone, but it must have missed the back half of the zone. Again, in the KBO, it's the ABS system. So catches the first half, but just misses the second half. And a swing and a miss there, and it runs the count full, 3-2. First full count of the day for Samsung. And fouled away again. A little late on that. It's 154 at the top of the zone. Diaz does strike out quite a bit himself, though, so he is always a strikeout possibility. On this, yeah, and they check over to first. 16th in the league in strikeouts, 90 strikeouts, 145 hits. It's pretty crazy. 145 hits, 132 RBIs. He is knocking in people with runners in scoring position, hitting 331 while he's just hitting just below 300 on the season. Yeah, the 3-2 pitch sets up on the outside just above the knees, and a swing and a miss as it drops out of the zone. And like I said, he strikes out a bit. That brings up a Kang Min Ho. 5th strikeout of the day for Moon Dong Ju. Curveball that he tried to get him on in earlier in the at bats. As Kang Min Ho calls time. Rain is starting to come down harder. Check the old radar. And that is low, ball 1, 1-0. Looks like it's just a small pocket of rain, so it is not going to affect the game. They'll play through this. It'll be over in 30 minutes or so. The 1-0 pitch sets up on the outside, and that's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, 1-1. Moon Dong Ju gave up a big shot to Kang Min Ho in his last at bats. Our last game they faced is the 1-1, misses way outside, and it's 2-1. 155 on that fastball. Moon Dong Ju has improved his home runs. Again, did give up the solo shot to Diaz earlier in this game, but only 5 coming into this game. I believe 19 home runs given up last year. As the 2-1 pitch, that's going to be a ground ball, a shortstop underhand toss to seconds, and the throw to first. And that will end the inning on the 6-4-3 double play. We'll go to the fifth. It's 4-1 Hanwha. Nongju is sitting nice, cruising. Yeah. Had that extra rest so that they could make sure that they got to use that Ponce, whatever the Ponce image at home instead of on the road. Samsung now 0 for 3 on the day with runners on the base, 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. Hanwha, on the other hand, 3 for 10. It's like we will have another pitching change. Iho Sung will come in to pitch for Samsung. All right, we're back. Iho Sung out on the mound. He will be greeted by Moon Hyun Bin. Iho Sung, 51 games, a 6.57 ERA, 49 and a third innings, 59 strikeouts, 29 walks, and a 1.46 whip. He was the closer for a little bit, but lost that job. And Samsung has had a ton of issues with their closers. I believe they lead the league in blown saves. No, 15 blown saves for Samsung, 14 blown saves for Hanwha. I don't trust that stats. They really don't know what they're talking about, honestly, as that's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Moon Yun Bin 0 for 2 on the day, flew out to center field in his first at bat, and then a 3-6-3 double play on a 3-0 count in his second at bats. That one's in the dirts. Well, that's different. That's more about the culture. As the 1-1 up high, 2-1. One thing I do notice is because since I live so close to the stadium and I often go walk at nights when it's cooler, whenever Hanwha wins and I'm walking, everybody has their uniforms on. That's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. But whenever I go and Hanwha has lost, they're walking, but they don't have their uniforms on. They're like carrying their uniforms. So yeah, they still get upset just as much as that misses inside and runs the count full, 3-2. Second full count of the day for Hanwha. But it's more, yeah, that's more of the culture of the game, is that's going to be a chopper up the middle, and he will be on base for the first time today with a leadoff single. Oh, there is still definitely plenty of fans that leave early. I mean, Stefan left early the other night. Stefan had a chance to get a ball. It was hit right to him. Do you have nightmares of that, Stefan? All right, no Shiwan looks at to strike one at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. I wonder, what do you think here? Double play by no Shiwan? All right, the 0-1 popped foul out of play, and it's 0-2. Hey, you've gotten more baseballs from the game than I have. You're lucky I don't have the replay going up here. As the 0-2 misses outside, 1-2. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher, 0-2 count, throw it in the other batter's box. All right, here we go. The 1-2 pitch. Goes inside and fouls it back. Stays 1-2. I've had one hit me on the foots as it rolled from someone else and then hit me in the foots and then rolled somewhere else because it hit a lady in the head. As the 1-2 is grounded to the shortstop, throws back to the second baseman, throws to first, and that's, ladies and gentlemen, just like I called it, 6-4-3 double play. Third double play that Hanwha's hit into today. If it was the fourth double play, it'd be 1-0 Samsung. And then Chaein Sung steps in, looks at ball one on the outside, 1-0. Chaein Sung 0 for 2 on the day with the 2 strikeouts after coming back from injury. And that's in there for a strike at the bottom, and it's 1-1. Misses low, 2-1. Yo Sung's sitting at 14 pitches now. Chaein Sung comes back after the sprained toe, I believe, is what the injury diagnosis was, as I read in Korean. And a swing and a miss is 2-2. Did not have any games played in the second league or anything either. So he came back in 11 days. So how his timing is questionable, as that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that's his third strikeout of the day as we go to the bottom of the fifth. It's 4-1 Hanwha. 3 at-bats, 3 strikeouts for old Captain Silver Starfish. Hanwha now with 3 for 9. Or sorry, 3 for 7. That can't be right. 6, 7, 8. Three for 11 with runners on base, but they were 3 for 6 in that one inning. So they're 3 or 0 for 5 outside of that's a second inning explosion. Elsewhere around, Jim is not happy as Kia has tied it up 3-3 now as they put up 2 runs in at the bottom of the in the top of the fourth. Yeah, since these are all makeup games, Jim. So yeah, there's some days there's 2 games, some day there's 3 games, some 4, some 5. It all depends. So yeah, after next weekend, I believe they'll start doing double headers and stuff like that for makeups. Yeah, so the regular schedule ended as that Mrs. Lowe, ball 1-0. The regular schedule ended at the end of August. Yeah, another 1-0. Ooh, just gets a piece of the inside, 1-1. So Kim Young-un 0 for 1 on the day, 4-3 groundouts back in the second inning for him. Yeah, another 1-1 pitch in the dirts, 2-1. Yeah, so Jim, the way they do the schedule for the KBO is the season is 144 games. The original schedule is only 135 games though. So they have 1 game for against each team as a 2-1 is lifted up. Right fielder going over and makes the catch. So every team has 1 game left against each team. And then the games that are rained out earlier, they'll add those. Now, every team, again, they play 144 games, but one season they have 71 home games, and then the next season they have 73 home games. So every team plays each team 16 times, but they don't always have the same amount of home versus road games against each team. It switches each year. No, it's kind of confusing. I don't know all the little intricacies and details of it. As the 0-2 a check swing, and that's, ladies and gentlemen, is still 0-2. Drying off Moondong Ju's uniform in the dugout as that misses up high. 1-2. Uh, Again, they call Daegu, they call it Dafrica. It is the hottest city in the league. It is the hottest city in the country. No. Uh, what they do is in the first part of the season, is real quick, the 1-2, did he go around? He did. And that's strikeout number 6 for Moondong Ju. They are going to video replay that. So, Jim, the way it works is in the first 2 weeks, I believe, usually in March, they don't do makeups the next day because they only play 6 days, Tuesday through Sunday. For a while, they'll have double headers on the weekends, but teams aren't allowed to play they're not allowed to play 2 double headers in a week or something like that, as he did go around. No, I don't know why. I don't know why they need to go all the way over to the headset. Just they need something that just tells them did he go around or not. But yeah, so the first part of the season, the first couple weeks as they're building up, they don't do They don't do double headers. Then in the second month in April and May, they do double headers if there's a rain out on the weekend. And then for June, July, and August, they don't because it's just too hot to have a 2 o'clock game. Then again in September, they start to have double headers. But the problem with that is not all teams play the same teams 2 days in a row. That catches the outside corner 1-1. So like today, LG and Doosan had a rainout. Oh, Arpo, yeah, you have your Sunung, your Jason. Well, thanks for stopping by, Arpo. Go study, go pass your test. Pass your test, come back, celebrate. And the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 2-2. No, Arpo, nope. Arpo, you have Korea versus Japan. That's after your test, right? As the 2-2 misses up high. That runs the bounce full to EJ Hyun. No. Arpo, I'll be here for the Korea versus Japan games and also the WBC. Yeah, so Korea versus Japan is the 14th and 15th, I think. As that is popped up. Shea Jae-hoon under it in foul territory, and that's will be 3 away. We'll go to the break. But good luck on the test, Arpo. That's right. I'll see you Korea versus Japan in November. Good luck on the test. Let us know how it goes. We will take a little bit of a break. We'll be back in about 3 minutes, guys. All right. So apparently we're back quickly here. First pitch is in there for a strike to EJ Young or Eugene Young. Sorry. Yeah, and that's outside. Ball 1, 0. 1-1. Get my pitch counts back up here. There we go. Think we're all ready. And the 1-1. Big swing and a miss there. 1-2. Big thing here is Moondong Ju is sitting nicely with only 65 pitches through 5 innings. Now the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be slapped to the right fielder and makes the sliding catch. And one away. Spectacled righty taken out the unspectacled righty, and it's now 1 away. Yeah, he's going to hurt somebody. And Ito Yoon fouls the first pitch back and out of play. And it's Ito Yoon having himself a day, reached on an air, and then came around to score a single. Yes and no. Kium is eliminated, but Doosan is not eliminated yet. Doosan's tragic number is 12 right now, as the 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. So Doosan, they don't need to worry. They'll play their main guys for quite a while because the 3 through 9 is so bunched up. But yeah, so the kind of the rule is, and this is in the MLB also, you don't play your swing and a miss in the dirts as they'll throw down to first base, and that will be 2 away. They do not play. You don't play your backups and things like that. Your young guys, if the other team is still in the playoff hunt. If your game can affect the playoffs or the standings, generally you do not play your backup players. So, but Kium only has young guys, so they're not going to be any different as that's is in there for a ball. Liberato making himself useful as a water bottle holder. Again, I believe he's supposed to be back tomorrow as Shea Jae-hoon looks at a strike right down the middle, 1-1. Yeah, same here. As that is ripped just off the tip of the glove of the third baseman, and he is going to be on base for the second time today. We'll see. Do they take him out here or not? Is the question. Yuan Suk now coming up to bat. Did a third baseman get a piece of that? Or yeah, it looks like he might have got a piece of it. Yeah, the MLB is a little different though. Their roster expansion changed a couple years ago. 안녕하세요. That misses up high. 1-0. 권민철. 네, 대구에 살아요? Yeah, and then here comes the 1-0 pitch. Misses inside at 2-0. 130 from Iho Sung. 왜 야구장 없어요? 와 야구장에 없어요. 근데 야구장에 가요. All right, the 2-0 pitch sets up on the outside. Misses up high, 3-0. Yeah. Yeah, what is it like? They can only add like four or something. Is the 3-0 misses up high, and that's going to be a walk. Moves Che Jae-hoon over to second base as he Sona Sup will now come up as they flip the lineup back over. Iwan Suk on base for the third time today. 네, 안녕하세요. 사회 야구. And we'll have a pitching change. Yeah, as they'll bring in old lefty. No, we'll have a change here. Yeah, I don't think there's I don't think there's a limit on how many you can bring up in the KBO because they have very different. Like I know in the MLB, you're only allowed so many options down to AAA, but I don't think that's a rule in the KBO. Because there's guys that go up and down 5, 6, 7 times a season. All right, EJ Eek out on the mound now. EJ Eek, EJ Eek. Third Samsung pitcher. EJ Eek. So a pitching change. EJ Eek will come out again. You're bringing in a lefty. You've got Moon Hyun Bin, the shortstop, and Sona Sup up at the top of the lineup. 네, 저는 한국에 살아요. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely way too many people on the roster now. I know there's a limit, but I don't know how big the limit is. And that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. So Sonos up 1 for 3 on the day, a 6-3 double play, and a 2 RBI double and a strikeouts as that just misses inside 1-1. 네, 권민철, 저는 대전에 살고 있어요. This is the 1-1 pitch in there for a strike, 1-2. Top of the zone, working up. That misses outside. 2-2 now. Yeah, it's kind of the same here. Like they sent down two guys. 너무 감사합니다. Thank you, J Marvs. Hi Marvs, J Marvs, J Marvs. As that's a swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. Hanwha leaves a couple more on. For the first time in a long time, they haven't grounded into a double play, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go to the bottom of the sixth. It's 4-1 Hanwha. They've left 4 on against the Samsung bullpen, basically. Big strikeout there. Runners on first and second. So that'll bring up Samsung will have the number 9 hitter. They'll have 9-1-2 coming up as Moon Dong-ju will head back out for Moon Dong-ju. 6th inning and later, pitches extremely well. 6th inning, opponents hitting 194 against him. 7th inning, hitting 100 off of him. And the 8th inning, hitting 500 off of him. But obviously, that's as a very, very limited amount. So just sitting at 65 pitches for him, sitting very comfortably. Not only that, you have Hanwha with a completely rested bullpen. Hanwha is their schedule for all the makeup games has been very, very friendly, like questionable how friendly it is. You've got 2 games on, you've got a game on Tuesday and Wednesday, then you got Thursday and Friday off, and then you got games on Saturday and Sunday, then you got Monday off, and then you've got the games on Monday or Tuesday and Wednesday, then you've got Thursday off, and then a 3-game series. Like, it's very, very questionable on how Hanwha was given this very specific makeup schedule. So that misses low, and it's 1-0. So 65 pitches through the first 5 innings for Moon Dong-ju. And a swing and a miss there, 1-1. Yoon Jung-bin flew out to left in his first at-bats, hitting below the Mendoza line. As a big, bright moon out there in center field is swing and a miss there, 1-2. Here we go. And a swing and a miss. Knew that was coming. Curveball, curveball, curveball. Can't hit the curveball. That's why you're hitting 190. Actually, I don't even think he's hitting 190. I think he was hitting 180 coming in. Yeah, 184 coming into the game. You got to get him out. He cannot be that big of a hole in the bottom of that lineup. And Kim Ji-chan looks at ball 1. Yeah, that's what happens with Kium, because Kium is the only team that has a as that catches the inside corner, 1-1. Kium has a dome, so they don't have any home rain out. So basically, all of September, Kium is on the road. As that is fouled away. Yeah, another 1-2 slapped foul. Stays 1-2. Kim Ji-chan 1 for 2 on the day. Struck out looking in his first at bats. A double in his second at bat, but was left out there on base. Yes, here comes the 1-2 pitch up high, lays off of it to 2-2. 155 up at his eyes, and he's able to stay off of it. Yeah, so Kium, they have 130. So they have 14 games left, where you have a team like NC that has 20 games left. As the 2-2 is ground through the right side, and he is on base for the second time today. Third hit of the day for Samsung. Can they actually do something with runners on base? As yeah, and that's a big disparity. In 3 of the games that they have, Kium has, are home games against next weekend against Hanwha. So Hanwha will get 3 games against them next weekend: Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm sure Kiwi will be at all 3 games in his his Kium uniform. All right, Kim Sung Yoon steps into the batter's box. Kim Sung Yoon 0 for 2, struck out, and a 4-3 and check over. Kind of steps off the back of the mound, fakes the throw over to first. Kim Sung Yoon, second in the league in WAR for the outfielders. A swing and a miss is that 153 up in the zone, isn't able to touch his bats, and it's 0-1. Jim, looks like that decision to not take NC, like I said, would have paid off. All right, here we go. The 0-1 pitch. Checks over again. Game's not over, obviously. Kia's bullpen is not very good. And that's in there for a strike. 0-2 now. Giving them 2 fastballs. Again, some of these guys, as loopy as their swing is, they are not able to get up into these mid 150s against these fastball throwers. That's a swing and a miss. Nope. Looks like he got a piece of it, but into the glove of Che Jae Hoon, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you have Che Jae Hoon behind the plate instead of EJ Wan. EJ Wan probably drops that. Che Jae Hoon, on the other hand, holds on to it, and that's 2 away as Moon Dong Ju gets his 8th strikeout. 네, 아마 오늘 한화 구원 투수 쉬었어요. 그래서 강해요. As Gu Jahook looks at strike 1 on the outside. Gu Jahook 1 for 2 on the day. Struck out in his first at bats, a single, but was erased on a 6-4-3 double play by Kang Min Ho as they check over on Kim Ji Chan. Oh, a 2 away here. 0-1 counts, not a 2-1 count. Nah. Min Cho. As the 0-1 misses outside. 1-1. 근데 왜 오늘 샘성은 허라도 선발 투수 되지 않았어요? And that's going to be rolled over, but it gets foul. 1-2. Yeah, he could, but I don't know if they're going to want him to. So Hanwha will have Weiss tomorrow, and then on Saturday or Tuesday, Yuanjin Ponce, Moon Dongju Friday, Weiss Saturday, and then maybe Song Baek on a Sunday. As the 1-2 in the dirt, that gets away. Kim Ji Chan heads over to second base. He'll round the seconds, but A little nutmeg through the 5-hole. Gets away, rolls over. All right, the 2-2 pitch now. Runner on second with 2 outs in the dirt, and that's a catcher blocking it. 3-2 now, full count. Third full count of the day for Samsung. They are 0-2 with a strikeout in one and a pop up to the catcher in the other. They have yet to hit the ball fair on 3-2 counts. You take that back, Stefan. He heard you. He's probably listened to the broadcast in his pitch comm. As the 3-2 sets up on the outside. Big swing and a miss. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, will be the end of the 6th as the nice strikeout of the day for Moondong-ju. Leaves a runner over on a second base. As they still have not gotten a hit with a runner on base. Old hot swing. All right, the top of the old 7th coming up, ladies and gentlemen, coming up. Hanwha will have their 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. That's a air on the shortstop, but that double play is massive right now, ladies and gentlemen. So elsewhere, Kia up 4-3 as they scored 2 in the 4th and then 1 in the 5th to take the lead. And not only take the lead, but chase Riley after only 4 innings, 88 pitches for him. Kia Oler's still sitting okay at 75 pitches through 5th as they are heading into the break now. So Moondong-ju, 84 pitches through 6 innings. We'll see if he comes back out for the 7th. EJ Eek is still scheduled to come back out. He is still out there. So just 5 pitches for him as he came in to get Sonos up with the strikeouts. 아니요. 그냥 KBO 팬. 그래서 모든 팀 모든 uniform. As fakes the bunts, pulls it back, and that's in there for a strike, 0-1. And ripped, but foul, and the ball boy lets it get past him. And 0-2. Ball boy ain't gonna be making the squad with that kind of performance.
감사합니다.
Thank you, Jingguang-hyun. Jungguang-hyun. I can't read that as that's a liner caught by the shortstop, and that's 1 away. Apparently, the Daegu cheer squad is trying to join the old Crips. All blue with one pant leg, one sweat pant leg up. Moon Yun Ben steps in now. He's 1 for 3 on the day. And drops the bunt into Kang Min Ho's leg. 0-1. Excellent umpire cam there, getting the old grimace of Kang Min Ho. And the 1-2, the 0-1 pitch, way up and in, 1-1. Moon Hyun Bin breathes a sigh of relief as he's not wearing that in the jaw. What is he checking on? And that is popped up. That might be trouble. Center fielder at the wall jumps off the top of the wall. Moon Hyun Bin rounding second, and he will be cruising into third with a triple. Moon Hyun Bin with a big 1-out triple off the top of the wall as Kim Ji Chan tries to jump up and catch it. He's not able to, and Yoon Sung Bin Yoon Jung Bin runs past it. It hit off the top of the padding as Kim Ji Chan jumps, hits off the top of the padding. Yoon Jung Bin runs past it, has to stop, turn around, go back. Moon Hyun Bin running hard out of the box, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you run hard out of the box. Easily a rounded second, probably could have been in there standing up, but we'll have another pitching change. Oh, they will bring in a righty to face these next three righties for No Shiwan, Cheon Sung, and Lee Jin Young. The important thing there is not that he got a triple. The important thing is that he's not in a double play situation for No Shiwan. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the important thing. So we will see who comes in. Looks like Yoon Sun Yup will come in to pitch. Yeah, Yoon Sung Yup. I have no idea who this guy is. I've never said his name before in my life. Moon Hyun Bin, a big triple, 1-out triple. Chance for Hanwha to add to their lead, to give themselves a little bit more breathing room. All right. All right. Tenoshi steps in. The infield comes in to try to cut off the run at home to keep this a 3-run game. Noshiwan hits the ball extremely hard as that one is ripped, but into the netting, and that will be a souvenir, and it's 0-1. Noshiwan walked in his first at bats, walked in his second at bats, and then a 6-4-3 double play in the 5th inning. And then the 0-1 sets up at the letters on the inside and misses it as he throws it way up over his head. A 1-1 pitch now coming up. Yoon Suk Yong. Yoon Suk Yup. Yoon Sun Yup. Both Diaz and the shortstop EJ Hyun on the grass right at the edge. And he pops it back and out of play. 1-2 as he swings it to ball 2. Yu-ji Hyuk, the second baseman, a couple steps in off the grass. And the 1-2 pitch. Did he go around? He did not. And it's 2-2. We'll check the old replay. Ooh. Mm-hmm. All right, the 2-2 pitch. Not offering it. That's one, and that runs the count full, 3-2. Hanwha only one other full count on the day, and that was Moon Yun Bin's single back in the 5th inning. Nope, sorry. Sonos Up also struck out to start the game. Here we go. The 3-2 pitch. Sets up way in the other batter's box, and he offered it that one, ladies and gentlemen. That's a big strikeout. Noshiwan is saying, check the video replay. I did not go around on that. Good evening, Sleepless. Welcome, welcome. Noshiwan says, I did not go. Check. He's already taken off his shin guard. Home plate umpire called him out. He did not even appeal down to first base. And he did not go. I'm going to go ahead and put him down over there on first base. Third walk of the day for Noshiwan. That's going to bring up a Cheyenne Sung. So Cheyenne Sung not having a good day coming back. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. And once again, they just try to beat them they try to get them to chase pitches instead of trying to beat them with a pitch. Cheyenne Sung, 297 now on the season, 0 for 3 today. Struck out in the first, struck out looking in the second, struck out swinging in the 5th. Steps off the back of the mound. Hanwha hit into a double play in the 3rd, hit into a double play in the 4th, hit into a double play in the 5th. Didn't have a chance to hit into a double play in the 6th. And the low 1-0. Again, Hanwha with the 4 runs in the 2nd inning. That came after a single by Eugene Young and a ground ball back to the pitcher, who the shortstop wasn't able to catch the ball, and the error led to a bunch of runs. As that's going to be a ground ball off, the pitcher is going to have to underhand toss, and that is going to be a 1-3 RBI ground out as Moon Hyun Bin comes on home to score. Noshiwan will head up over to second base, and Hanwha gets that run that they were so desperately trying to get. Not a good swing, but he will take it. Eugene Young definitely went around on that one. First base umpire, what you got? No, he says he didn't. Eugene Young on the day, a single and a run scored in his first at bat. A foul fly out to the right fielder. That up high, 2-0, and a fly out to right field. 2-0 counts now to Eugene Young. Sets up on the outside, way outside again. What the hell is their deal? Like, really, what scouting report do you have that says have 1 foot barely in the catcher's box and he'll swing? And he walks them on 4 straight pitches. Like, literally, what universe is that a good scouting report? You got a 2-0 count against the guy and you throw pitch 3 1.5 feet off the plate. Like, the only reason I can think is that maybe they thought the game was starting at 6, so they didn't plan in time. Because otherwise, there's no excuse for that. Ito Yoon, a swing and a miss as they throw a ball in the strike zone, ladies and gentlemen. Ball into the strike zone, and he swings at it. It's a revelation today in Daegu. And the 0-1 pitch sets up on the outside. That is ripped to the second baseman. A great stop. Gets to his feet, throws Ito Yoon out. And that's will leave another 2 on. They've left 6 on as they cannot get hits with runners on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 5-1 to Hanwha. Yeah, and neither team has a hit with a runner on base today, except for Hanwha in the second inning. No, they don't. It's that's the thing is, it's not just that they don't attack them. It's just that they don't even attempt to attack them. It's always first and 0-2 count, right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher, throw it in the other batter's box. Or left-handed batter, left-handed pitcher, throw it in the other batter's box. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter, change up away. Or left-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Okay, they're trying to throw a slider at his feet. Like it's the same thing. It doesn't matter who's pitching. It doesn't matter which Korean is pitching. It doesn't matter which team you're watching. It's always the exact same thing. But, that's Moondong Ju is still out there, ladies and gentlemen. He's at 84 pitches. 14 in the first inning, 10 in the second, 8 in the third, 14 in the fourth, 15 in the fifth, 19 in the sixth. And we'll see here is Diaz 1 for 2 on the day and looks at the ball 1 low. 1-0. Diaz, there we go. And fouls that off of Che Jae-hoon's glove, 1-1. And Diaz leading WAR over at first base. Austin not too far behind him. 385, and Austin missed him up. And the 1-1 pitch. And that's in there for a strike on the curveball, 1-2. Was that a Maybe that wasn't a curveball. That was fast. 140 is not going to be a curveball. Might have been his forkball. As the 1-2 pitch, and that is in the dirt and bounces over to the first base dugouts. 2-2. So Diaz, the lone Samsung run, and that was a leadoff home run back in the second inning. His other at bats, a strikeout with a runner on first back in the fourth. Again, outside of that second inning where Hanwha scored 4, they both teams hitless with runners on base as Diaz turns on it, but will get out of play as he gives a souvenir to some Hanwha fans. Stays 2-2. Moon Dongju pitched number 90 here, and that up and in, and that will be ball 3, 3-2, fourth full count of the day, second full count for Diaz. Samsung 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts and a pop fly foul. Again, they have yet to hit a ball fair with a full count. The 3-2 is foul. Moon Dongju looks like he got brand new cleats for the day. Not a speck of dirt on those white babies. And the 3-2 pitch, that is going to go at the wall, jumping and making the catch is Iwan Suk. What a catch by Iwan Suk. Jumping at the wall, Moon Hyun Bin down on his knees. Looks like maybe he got the wind knocked out of him a little bit, but what a catch by Iwan Suk. They finally hit the ball fair. Goes the other way. Iwan Suk got a good jump on it. He measured it out. A jump, caught it at the top of the padding. Yeah, definitely. Well, I don't know. No, I mean, that's going to be a tough game. That's the game I'm going to stream, Jim. Kim Kwon Yun versus Im Chang-gyu. That's way outside to Kang Min Ho. I was hoping, again, that it was going to be Anderson versus Im Chang-gyu. Iwan Suk makes that play. I don't think Liberato makes that play. I don't think Liberato gets a good enough jump to make that play. 1-1 counts now to Kang Min Ho. 0 for 2 on the day. 4-3 ground out and a 6-4-3 double play as that's in the dirt. And it's 2-1. Yeah, swing and a miss. Again, that was off the plates, but it started near the plates. It started going towards the plates. So that's a good pitch on the outside to get it to 2-2 now. 96 pitches for Moon Dong-ju. Sets up on the outside once again and throws it in the other batter's box. So runs the count full once again. And 0 for 4, third straight full counts. He finished off the sixth inning with a full count. And that's a walk. Kang Min Ho will head over to first base for the first time today. First time he's been in fair territory all day. That's 98 pitches now for Moon Dong-ju, and I have to think that they go to the bullpen here. They've got a completely rested bullpen with a possibility of a rainout tomorrow. as the pitching coach is heading out onto the mound. That'll be it for Moon Dong-ju. 98 pitches for him. He is in charge of the one run over on first base, but he definitely will not get a loss. Have to think that Pak Sang-won will head on in. Or maybe Kim Bum-soo. Maybe Kim Bum-soo comes in to face the lefties here. Still have not announced anything. Yep, Kim Bum-soo. And Kang Min-ho is also out. Hong Hyun-bin will come in. Kim Bum-soo will come in to face some of these lefties here. What does that say? Park Hyung-jung 예비 남편. 안녕하세요. I'm not entirely sure about this whole thing here. Kang Min-ho comes out. Hong Hyun-bin takes over at second base, but obviously he's not a catcher. So you take out one of your best offensive guys to get a pinch runner here in a situation where I'm not entirely sure you need it, as that first pitch is fouled away, and it's 0-1. Kim Young-un 0 for 2 on the day, a 4-3 ground outs back in the second inning, and a fly out to right field to lead off the fifth inning. 0-1 now as Kim Bum-soo comes in to face the lefties here. And the 0-1 pitch checks over on Hong Hyun-bin. Yeah, absolutely amazing outing for Moon Dong-ju. That's what she wants going into the fall, is that Mrs. Low 1-1. Kim Bum-soo's brother plays for Samsung. Really, really hard throwing righty, but he ended up getting Tommy John surgery in the off season, or actually, I believe in spring, as the 1-1 checks over, and Kim Bum-soo is also a pretty hard throwing left-hander. Yeah, so here we go, the 1-1 pitch. Nope, checks over on the runner. 1-1. Kim Young-un. Ball family. Yeah, so now we go. The 1-1 pitch sets up on the outside. And that is going to be a liner caught by a jumping Lee Do-yoon. And suddenly, Hanwha is playing lights out defense. A jumping catch, timing it perfectly. Is Lee Do-yoon at second base, and that's after Ewon-suk makes a jumping catch. It's in the outfield. The E-boys doing some damage with the glove and with the bat today. That's fouled away. Yu-ji Hyuk, 0-1 now. Yu-ji Hyuk 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts. Lee Do-yoon reminding everybody why he should not have been out of the starting lineup the whole season. The Hanwha manager finally came to his senses that the offseason signings by the front office once again were absolute garbage. Ito Yun should have been playing all season. He's the one that held the whole team together the last 2 years and why they didn't finish last. As the 0-1 misses way outside, 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch fouled away, 1-2. And 1-2. Time is called as the bugs are flying around. Elsewhere, Kia big lead now, 7-3 against NC. Jim really wishing he would have taken my advice. And another 1-2 pitch way outside, 2-2. Apparently, there was a home steal in that game. And here we go. The 2-2 pitch checks over again. He makes a couple steps back easily. It's all right. I've been wrong. I've been wrong once or twice this season. That's way low. 3-2 runs the count full. And that's going to be a ball 4. Coming up now, EJ Hyun. 아니요, 제가 한화 팬 아니에요. All right, so I think we'll have a pitching change here, though. Yeah, we'll have a pitching change here as they'll bring in a righty. Another pitching change. 아니, 그거 제 모자예요. 근데 샘성 유니폼 이뻐요. 네, 샘성은 홈, 그래서 홈팀이었어. 샘성 유니폼 이뻐요. 근데 다른 팀 홈팀이 있으면 그 유니폼 이뻐요. 항상 홈팀 유니폼 이뻐요. 네, 모든 유니폼, 모든 홈팀, 모든 완정팀 유니폼 있어요. 그런데 근데 아 키움 완정 유니폼 없어요. All right, Han Sung-hyuk comes out onto the mound. Hansen. Two walks as puts runners on the first and seconds. EJ Hyun. This has been a game that Samsung just can't break through. Again, in the second inning, the double play should have been a double play, but the air opened up the floodgates for Hanwha to put up 4 runs. Then Samsung gets 1. They just haven't been able to get it done, as that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Han Sung Hyuk out on the mound for Hanwha. He has been shaky. And that is lifted to right field. That is going to be trouble. That's off the wall. As 1 run is going to come in. The second run, and Ito Yoon drops the ball, but not able to come home as EJ Hyun has an RBI double, and that makes it 5-2. Oh, I don't watch it all every day anymore. I can't. EJ Hyun with a big double there. Yuji Hawk not coming home. EJ Young gets the ball in quick enough. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the first hit outside of the second inning that a team has with runners on base. Swing and a miss from the pinch hitter here. As again, I knew we had to have a pinch hitter. As Kim Han Gong, I believe is his name. Yeah. Oh, Kim Han Gong. Pinch hitting for Yoon Jung Bin. Again, I'm not. Obviously, they wanted a left-hander, but I don't know why. The left-hander is hitting below 200. All righty, we've got an 0-2 counts now. Oops, wrong side. And that is going to drop down in front of the right fielder. He's going to come up firing. No, he misses the ball. And 2 runs come home on the 2 RBI single from the pinch hitter. And it's 5-4. Oh, 2 drops in front of Ejin Young. He comes up but drops it. I don't know if they'll. I think they'll give him 2 RBIs. I don't think they're going to give him an error on that. But suddenly, ladies and gentlemen, it is 5-4. That flips the lineup back over to, again, I don't know why the bottom of the lineup, as we're going to have a pinch. We're going to have another pitching change here as the 4th pitcher in this inning. It is not 5-5. My scoreboard isn't catching up. Yeah, they do not give him an error on that. Yeah, but he can't throw against righties. I mean, I said it. Hansen Young has struggled. And they're going to go to Jodon Ook. Surprised they don't go straight to Pak Song Wan. All right, so we've got to the bottom of the seventh. Jodong Ook out there, Kim Ji Chan. Kim Ji Chan steps up. He's 2 for 3 on the day, a double, a single. Kim Hun Gon, plenty of speed over at first, scores on a double. And that's a ball one up high. 1-0. Jodon Ook, another left-hander, coming in to face the other left-handers. 4 left-handers at the top of this lineup as here comes the 1-0 pitch. And down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Struck out looking in his first at-bats, double in his second, a single in his third, and here comes the 1-1 pitch. That is in the dirt and gets away. Kim Hun Gon around seconds, but will go back to seconds. And it's 2-1. Looks like Hanwha's trying to repeat the last time. Moon Dong-ju had a great game with KT. And that's in there for a strike at the top of the zone, 2-2. Samsung is a different team at home, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is a big, big game, a big, big deal. Yeah, it's the 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss at ball 3. And they leave one runner on, but they get 3 and cut the lead to 1. We'll go to the 8th inning. It's 5-4 Hanwha. Big inning there from the offense, and they'll have the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. Hanwha will have the bottom of their order coming up, 8-9-1. Hanwha having to use 4 guys in that inning. Moon Dong-ju started it, but after the walk, he came out. Then Kim Bum-soo got a liner. But again, remember, this inning, just that inning right there, you had Iwan Suk making a jumping catch to at the wall, catching it right above the padding in left center field. And then you had Ito Yoon timing his jump perfectly to take away the line drive by Kim Young-un. So again, Hanwha's defense coming up big there versus Samsung's defense back in the second inning when they scored their 4. Samsung's defense was the main cause of that issue. So big, big difference, ladies and gentlemen, between these two games. The first half and the second half is the right-handed Lee Seung-hyun will come out onto the mound now. No, the left-handed Lee Seung-hyun started the game. The right-handed Lee Seung-hyun comes in now. Defensively, there are some changes, obviously. So Byung Hun goes in back behind the plates. And that's outside. Ball one to JJ Hoon. JJ Hoon 1 for 2 on the day. Yeah, walked, came around to score a 4-6-3 double play and a single. And that misses low. Ball 2, 2-0. And that's in there for a strike at the top of the zone. Yeah. Kim Unbone goes into right field, stays in right field, or goes in, however you want to look at it. Yeah, another 2-1 just misses on the outside. 3-1. And right down the middle runs the count full, 3-2. Third full count of the day, fourth full count of the day for Hanwha. A strikeout, a single, and then the Noshiwan video replay overturn walk. As the 3-2 goes around, doesn't matter if he did anyway, because it's down the middle, and that's one away. And that misses low to Iwan Suk. Iwan Suk been on base all 3 times today, 2 for 2 with a RBI single in his first at bats. Knocked in the go ahead run back in the second inning, a single back in the fourth, and then a walk in his last at bats. That's in there for a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 1-1. Into the dirt, so 2-1. Kiwi and Stefan both standing in their apartments right now, air humping the world. And the 2-1 in there for a strike at 2-2. And my camera has frozen, ladies and gentlemen. My camera has frozen. Oh, give me a second. There we go. I think I'm back. And we've got ourselves another full count. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. That's going to be lifted into center field. Kim Ji Chan going back under it. And 2 away. That flips the lineup back over to Sona Sup. Sona Sup struck out in his first at bat, a 2 RBI double in his second, 6-3 ground out and a strikeout. Fouls that one and gets out of play, 0-1. 6-3 ground outs was a double play also. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-2. Sonos up 1 for 4 on the day, dropping that average down even more since coming to Hanwha. Hanwha, in a very surprising move, brought the all-time hit leader, and that slapped foul. Brought the all-time hit leader to Dejan. When a kind of a trade, not really a trade, is Hanwha just sent a draft pick and some money to NC for Sonos up, who was injured at the time. And here comes the 0-2, throw it in the dirt. He does throw it in the dirt, and he doesn't change it because he's the all-time hit leader, and he doesn't swing at the garbage like that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. The 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside once again in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Sonos up, Lotte uniform there. That girl doesn't look old enough to have watched Sonos up playing Busan, as that's going to be a ground ball. Diaz, underhand toss, safe as he beats it out as Lee Sung-hyun can't get his footing. And that, ladies and gentlemen, might be what Hanwha needs to get their momentum back. Diaz makes the play, an underhand toss. Lee Sung-hyun is not, he is a big guy, ladies and gentlemen. The toss to Diaz was not in front, did not lead Lee Sung-hyun. He had to kind of stop and wait for it a little bit. And then regather his foots, and Sonos up was able to beat out the throw. That was not a good toss by Diaz, though, Kiwi. In the MLB, that's probably an error on the first baseman. And it checks over on first. Kim Kyung-moon, the Hanwha manager, making sure to have his stopwatch in his hand just in case. As the shortstop steps in and fouls that one off, and it's 0-1. Yeah, that was not a good toss. You got to lead the guy. Shortstop, 2 for 4 today. Single, an RBI single, a 1-4-3 putout as he lined it right into the pitcher's chest, and then a line out to the shortstop as the 0-1 pitch. He does not go. It was kind of a pitch out there. Looks like a half a pitch out as Lee Sang-hyuk takes over on first base. He's so bad at base. He's so bad. He's so fast, but he's so bad at base running. Like it's amazing how somebody can be that fast and that bad at base running. He's 3 for 7 on the season with base running. He's been picked off at least once that I've streamed. Just his arms flailing way out to the side though. I can't show it on camera. That misses low, 2-1. You do not want to walk this guy because Mr. Clutch himself is on deck. Yeah, this is the 2-1 lifted to left field. The left fielder coming in, and it drops in front of him. Third base is sliding into third, and he comes up with a big single. That puts runners at the corner for Mr. Clutch himself. It was a 2 outs. He has to be running. All right, runners on the corners. Get a pinch runner here. Shimu Jun taking over on first base. No, Shimu Jun will stay in and play shorts. Is a much better defender over there. We'll see if they do the old little league double steal here. Shimu Jun is very fast over at first base. I don't believe he has been caught all season. As that misses low, 2-0. Yeah, Shimu Jun 10-0, 10 for 10 on the season in stolen bases. Moon Hyun Bin 2 for 4 on the day. They fly out to center, 3-6-3 double play, a single and a triple with a run scored. That is ripped right into right field, off the wall, and Mr. Clutch comes up big again. Mr. Clutch does it again, ladies and gentlemen. A sweet swing, drops it off to the wall, and just like that, Hanwha gets their run right back. And Shimu Jun heads on over to third base. Shimu Jun was off on that pitch. Once again, the Samsung defense is the cause of this issue. 안녕하세요. Samsung's defense should have been out of this inning, but nope. A bad throw by Diaz, and has now made it another bigger lead for Hanwha. Noshiwan steps in. He's got 3 walks today. Walked in the first, walked in the second, a 6-4-3 double play in the fifth, and then walked on a video replay. That's way up high, 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch is ripped, and that's going to score another run as that's going to get into the corner. Might score 2 as Moon Hyun Bin will cruise into third base, and RBI double by Noshiwan. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you practice some PFP. Noshiwan coming up when he can't hit into double play. And that's the difference, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we'll have another pitching change. I'll be right back. All right. Weesby back, ladies and gentlemen. Cheyenne Song steps in. RBI ground out in his last at bats. It looks to strike one there. 0 for 4 on the day. Struck out in his first at bat, struck out in his second at bat, struck out in his third at bat, and an RBI ground out at the time was the 5th run, which was the run Hanwha needed. That's misses up high though, and that's 1-1. Yeah, sorry, anti-midi. That was not a good choice with Lee Sung Hyun on the mound for Hanwha or for Samsung. It was the 1-1 pitch in the dirt, but he swings anyway. Again, I'm not really sure as my camera keeps freezing. Once again, I don't know what's the deal. But yeah, Hanwha had Moon Dong-ju on the mound versus Lee Sung Hyun for Samsung. I don't know why Samsung did not start Hirado. He pitched last week on Sunday, and he should be pitching today, but he didn't, as he does not go around, and it's 2-2. Yeah, I just don't. I don't get it. SSG didn't play today because of the rain, so as the 2-2 pitch, he grounds that back up the middle, shortstop over, throws across his body, and a great play by the shortstop ends that. So we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 7-4. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I speak Korean. I read Korean. I live in Korea, so I guess that's that. Guess that's why. I don't know. We'll say that's why. Yeah, I mean, I've lived in Korea for. Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, and again, I'm not saying for sure, but as far as I know, I'm besides the My KBO and the Reddit's posts and the Facebook groups, My KBO Net and stuff like that. I don't think there's any English content except for me in Korea. I don't think anybody else provides English content. Yeah, they have the info, but they don't have the thing with the My KBO is yeah, it has the starters, but it doesn't have the details. No, Joe Donuka is still out there. He'll face the first 3 batters. As Lee Jin-young is done, Kim Tae-yeon takes over at in right field. And the first pitch is up and in, ball 1. No, Kim Tae-yeon takes over in right field. He will also lead off the next inning. That's his in there for a strike on the outside. 1-1 to Kim Sung-yoon. Yeah, another 1-1 pitch. It catches the outside corner, and it's 1-2 now. Not every night. I just do the weekends now. My job keeps me from being able to do the weekday games. Up until June, I did every single day, 6 days a week. As the 1-2 pitch into the dirt, 2-2. All right, the 2-2 pitch sets up on the outside, and that throws the and that's caught by the shortstop. But I'm not Ginger. The beard is, but I'm not. That's straight up brown, light brown, blonde, depending on where you're from. The beard is ginger, but yeah, the hair is definitely not. As the Gujahuka steps in, Gujahuka 1 for 3 on the day, singled in his last at bats. Looks at ball one way up and in. Yeah, and here comes the 1-0 pitch. Nope. Gujahook wants to kill a few bugs first. How long are yours? Yes, here comes the 1-0 pitch. Misses inside at 2-0. Mine's right down at my waist. I think haven't had a haircut for 10 years. As the 2-0. And it's 2-1. Yeah. 10 years. Been over 10 years since I had haircuts, and then the locks for 8. As the 2-1 pitch misses outside at 3-1. This is the third time I've had them. The third time I've had locks. All righty, here we go. The 3-1 pitch. That is going to be ripped right back up the middle, and the Gujahook is going to round first, but Iwan Suk cuts it off, and he is on base for the second time today with a 1-out single for Diaz. Jim would go nuts if that happens. Diaz looks at ball one on the outside as it just misses 1-0 now. They will probably go to Pak Sang-wan after this. Yes, here comes the 1-0 pitch. Misses outside at 2-0. He's sitting at 17 pitches now. Have pitching visits. Yeah, we'll have a mound visit here. Who do they go to next? Do they go to Jung Woo Ju? Do they go to Pak Sang-wan? Who do they go to? A little visit to check out on Jo Dong-hook because he's, the left-hander here. I don't believe they have any other left-handers in the bullpen. They do have Wong Jun Saw. So they do have one other left-hander in the bullpen is Wong Jun Saw. But other than that, it is all righties. Wong Jun Saw, not a guy I'd really particularly risk a game on, as the 2-0 pitch misses outside at 3-0. I don't think they want to throw to him, as they would much, much rather face Lee Byung-hun back that is standing on deck. Thank you, whoever did that. As here comes the 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle, 3-1. Hello, Bluish. Or if you're Korean, annyeonghaseyo. As here comes the 3-1 pitch, sets up on the outside and runs it up and in, and he walks him. He didn't want anything to do with Diaz. That will move Gujauk over to second base. Diaz heads to first. And I imagine that they're going to have a pitching change here to bring in a right-handed pitcher to face Lee Byung-hun. Yep, as Joe Donuk has already tossed the ball over to the third baseman. Well, the issue here is that's a Jung Woo Ju. No, is they're bringing in Kim Saw Hyun here. That was 44, ladies and gentlemen. They are bringing in the closer for a 5-out save. But yeah, for like this is I talked about this a little earlier. What they did is they took out again. So last inning, Kang Min Ho walks and they take him out of the game. They pinch run for him whenever he's still needed. But they're going straight to the closer. Man, 2 walks and a hit coming up. That would make Auntie Middy's having a great day. Glasses are all smudged up. Gotta clean them up for this. All right. Bringing in the closer, the guy that struggles to throw strikes. .279 ERA, 61 games, 58 innings, 65 strikeouts, 37 walks, and a 1.33 whip from your closer. Again, I talk about it all the time. Just don't swing. Let them walk you, as that's knocks him down. As Jun Byung-woo pinch hits here. And that's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman throws to the second baseman. The throw to first in time. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be a 5, 4, 3 double play. We'll go to the 9th inning. Hanwha up 7-3. Why doesn't everyone do this? Do that? Not swing? Simple. Because the KBO is full of idiots in the dugouts. That is 100% why. The KBO managers are absolute morons. Do some checking here, some numbers. All right, to top of the 9th inning. Wang Dong-jae still out there. Kim Tae-yeon will lead things off. He'll be getting his first hit of the day, or his first at-bat of the day. I don't want to say hits. We should have a new person behind the plate. And now that's in there for a strike. Kim Jae-sung back behind the mound now for Samsung. And Kim Tae-yeon gives that one a ride. The left fielder under it, though, and one away. Brings up the old number 7 hitter, Ito Yoon, having himself a little game, a little defense, a little offense for him. Oh, Ito Yoon reached on an error. That was the big error in the second inning. The other big error. That's Mrs. Low, ball 1-0. 1 for 4 on the day, reached on an error, came around to score, and that's big second inning. A single in the third, and then a strikeout and a 4-3 ground up. 2-0 now. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. Sets up a way outside. Set it up in the middle or a little inside, and he throws it way into the other batter's box. Ball boy down on the third base side needs to get his act together. Lounging in the chair, doesn't even have his glove on. That is not how you make the team, buddy, as that's a strike on the inside corner, and it's 3-1. That is not how you make the team. Lounging around. I want to see some effort out of my ball boys. You are not welcome on my team. As here comes the 3-1 pitch. Just barely kisses the outside corner and runs the count full, 3-2. Six full count of the day for Hanwha. They've got a single, a walk, a couple strikeouts, and a flyouts. You missed Samsung basically ruining this game for themselves with bad defense. A bad defense in the second inning, and another 2 runs scored in the 8th inning because of a bad throw by Diaz. Yeah, and here comes the 3-2 pitch. Nice, throws the bat down. A short third baseman under it's. Two away. Brings up a Che Hoon. Diaz, he fielded it and he tossed it to the first baseman, but he didn't lead the first baseman. So the first baseman had to regather his footing, and Sona Sup was able to beat out the throw. And then a couple singles and a double behind that allowed him to score, because otherwise that would have been the third out of the inning. And then the last inning there, because of a bad decision earlier to take out Kang Min Ho, they had to runners on first and second, but they end up grounding into a double play. That's a shortstop throw to first, and 1, 2, 3 go. The Hanwha Eagles will go to the bottom of the 9th as Samsung needs 3 just to keep playing tonight. One, two, three. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the first time Hanwha has gone 1, 2, 3 today. 9 innings once. They go 1, 2, 3. All right, bottom of the ninth, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up is they're gonna have the 7, 8, 9 hitters trying to make this game a game. Kim Saw Hyun out on the mound, the closer. He is wild, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see if he can control it for 3 more outs. That's way up high. Ball 1. Kim Young-un 0 for 3 on the day, 4-3 ground out, a fly out to right, and a line out to the second baseman. The 1-0 is popped up. Third baseman given chase as that one will hit in front of the cheer section, and it's 1-1. Here we go. The 1-1 pitch that's up on the inside. A swing and a miss on a beautiful pitch. Absolute beaut there by Kim Saw Hyun. Looked like a curveball, but I don't think he throws a curveball. Slider, a swing and a miss there. Man, 1 away. Kim Young-un. That brings up Yuji Hyuk. Yuji Hyuk 0 for 2 on the day. Couple strikeouts, a walk, and a run scored. Kim Saw Hyun giving the old double bubble workouts out there on the mound. A swing and a miss as that's ball 1. But again, they don't listen to my broadcast. So if they did, they would be 1-0. And the 0-1 pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-2 now. Difference between a 1-1 count and an 0-2 count is suddenly my camera just stopped again. But it's back. As here comes the 0-2 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop backhands it, throws across the diamond, and that's 2 away. Samsung down to their final outs, and that's going to be E.G. Hun. E.G. Hun with a double, RBI double, and a run scored in his last at bats. That was Lee Sung-gyu, not Yuji Hyuk, but it doesn't matter at this point. And that's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. E.J. Hyun 1 for 3 in a 6-3 ground out, a pop up in foul territory to Shea Jae-hoon behind the plate as that one is lifted up. Kim Tae-yeon under it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be 3 away. Hanwha gets the big win. A very, very, very important win for them. As they are trying to close in and allow themselves a nice little layoff towards the end before they start the playoffs. So Hanwha, big again. The big difference is the defense. We'll start with that. The defense was the big difference. It was the Samsung defense and the Hanwha defense back in the second inning. So back in the second inning, you had a leadoff single by Lee Jin-young, and then Lee Sung-hyun gets the ground ball right back to him. He throws to second. It wasn't a great throw by Lee Sung-hyun back to the pitcher or back to second base, but it wasn't an awful, awful throw. As I'm going to back this out a little bit here, as it's creeping in on me. It wasn't an absolutely awful throw, but it was a little low. E.J. Hyun was looking to throw to first base before he was able to catch the ball. That allowed instead of nobody outs with a or two outs with nobody on, they've now got first and third with nobody outs. A walk, and then Iwan Suk comes up with a big RBI single. Then after that, to Sonos up a two RBI double, and then a single, an RBI single from the shortstop. All of that's put together, put them up 4-0 at the time. Diaz, a big solo shot there, first home run that Moon Dong-ju has given up to a left-handed hitter all season. The solo shot by them put Samsung on the board at 3-1. Uh, really, and then from there, it was a lot of base runners, but a lot of double plays. Then you get into the seventh inning. At that time, they get in the seventh inning, you get a walk. Actually, I got my wrong thing here. Back in the seventh inning, a line out, then a triple by Moon Hyun Bin, then a walk by No Shiwan, and that was the one that was video replayed to decide that he didn't go. He was actually called out on swings there. And then Chae Sung with the RBI groundouts put them up 5-1 at the time. Samsung comes back with 3 runs in the seventh inning. A walk by Kang Min Ho, then a walk by Yoo Ji Hyuk, a double by Lee Jae Hyun, scored 1, then a 2 RBI single by Kim Hong Gon, pinch hit RBI single. And this is the thing here is I don't know why Yoo Jung Bin was even in the offense, was even in the lineup. Obviously, he's a left-hander, but the guy's hitting 180. There's no reason for him to even be in the lineup at all. If you need him for defense, you can bring him in later if you need a left-handed bats, but he doesn't need to be in the lineup. He's just not having a good season. Then going into the eighth inning, 2 quick outs, you get a strikeout for Che Jae-hoon, and then a fly out to center field from Iwan Suk. Sona Sup grounds the ball to the first baseman. Diaz doesn't make a good throw to Lee Seung-hyun, who's covering. He has to regain his footing. Sona Sup is able to get through, and then they add 2 more. So the big difference again is the defense. So Samsung's defense, despite only having 1 technical error, they did not play well. Bad throws cost them 2 runs in the 8th inning. At least 2 to 3 runs in the 2nd inning. Of course, they still scored a couple maybe, but they gave Lee Seung-hyun only 1 unearned run. But you had 2 guys on base that should have been outs that ended up scoring. So really the difference between the game is that. And then Hanwha's defense played extremely well. You had Iwan Suk back in the 7th inning where they actually did score 3 runs, but leading off, Diaz hits a ball to the wall. Iwan Suk makes a jumping catch, taking it off of the top of the padding to save at least a couple bases there. Then they ended up walking a line out, a walk, and ended up scoring 3 runs there. The line outs was again in that same inning. So in that inning where Samsung only scored 3 runs, you had a jumping catch at the wall by Iwan Suk, followed by a walk, followed by a jumping catch by Lee Do-yoon at second base. And otherwise, it's a very, very different inning. Kim So-hyun came in, was able to get the double play, the big double play. Hanwha hit into, I think, 3 double plays. Should have been 4, but Hanwha gets the big win. That's something that huge thing for them is my camera again keeps, I don't know what's going on, but Hanwha does get the big win. It's a much needed win. They guarantee themselves a winning week as they've won all 3 games. Again, very, very questionable end of the season scheduling with Hanwha. I mean, it's very, very questionable the way that their end of the season schedule for their rainouts has been established, where they get 2 games and then they get a day off or 2 days off, and then they get a couple more games, leaving them very spaced out. So Hanwha gets a big win, and this is after Samsung swept Hanwha in Daegu or in Daejeon last weekend. They will play again tomorrow. Tomorrow should be Hirado versus Weiss. Again, Weiss has not pitched well against Samsung. Hirado pitched well against Hanwha last weekend. So that game tomorrow, I will be doing the SSG versus LG game though. That'll be Kim Kwan Hyun versus Im Chong Gyu. LG has a chance to get their playoff spots secured as they have a one game magic number. So, but anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I will be back tomorrow for the SSG and LG game. Is sidetracked by watching Miss Korea at the game. I don't know yet because I don't know. I don't know the starters. So yeah, I don't know the starters tomorrow. The only starters I know is the LG versus SSG. I think LG uh, should come away from that with a victory and close up their playoff spots, guaranteeing themselves a spot in the playoffs. But the rest of the team still have some work to do. But I will be back tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, until next time.